Namaste. I'm Shivali, and today we are here with someone very, very special. His name is Nitin. He has been my Mudgar teacher for a few years now, and he's also deeply rooted in the science of Ayurveda. We are here to talk about Ayurveda, discipline, and much more. So, here is an invitation to all of you all to join this conversation. Hey Nitin, how have you been?
Good.
It's so good to have you here.
Yes.
Are you enjoying this place?
I'm, I love being in places like this.
So, I just wanted to start with asking you what was that first thing that inspired you towards fitness? Whether it's I don't know how you started. So, what was it that actually inspired to just begin to stay healthy, stay fit, and have it as a lifestyle?
Uh, Very good question. I always seen how I wouldn't say my parents' generation, but my grandparents' generation, they live very simple. They eat normal food and they're just healthy. They live very long, and we have a lot of blue zones in Kerala actually. I don't know how long that's going to last because of the upcoming and the food habits and the lifestyle habits. But that's something I realized, like I was doing things wrong when I went to the gym, having supplements and things like that, and they all got it from their food. So, and movement, and a lot of things I saw, like when I came uh, to Kerala, started living here in the farm and everything. You just have to be very simple, just be next to nature, and you will really recover and be healthy. Like you can sleep better, no car horns, no nothing, like just natural bird sounds and the frequencies and everything was perfect. That's something where I thought, like this is what I want to do and get paid to do, you know. So that's good.
Yeah, you said Kerala has a lot of blue zone. What does that mean? If you can just expand a little more
So
on that.
blue zones are basically, if you Google it, easiest way would be, I will say it'll have expectancy rate,
All right.
yeah, life expectancy for a person, or let's say how long they live, and Kerala has one of the highest. So I'm talking about people in their 80s and above. There's a
Oh wow.
lot more. There's a lot of population of that, and
And
like I said,
healthy.
healthy, living healthy. We're not dependent on walking stick or others.
Oh
You know,
wow.
who are not under medication. They just live a very normal life, healthy. Of course, you have your age, which is going to make you slower and everything, but they still live healthy. They're not dependent on others.
So you really think that a simple lifestyle and being close to nature has helped these people to sort of stay
Oh,
healthy,
yes, because they didn't have any
well?
tracking habits,
Yeah.
tracking the footsteps, their heartbeats, or like tracking their sleep. They never did all that. They just slept at the right time. They just woke up at the right time and they ate at the right time. And that's how simple it was.
So, how do you think tracking all of these things has actually caused a little bit of maybe harm to our minds or to our systems?
Oh, it's just that then you're not doing something which your body really wants. You're going as per goals
Okay.
and tracking and timings. But back then, it was very simple where, because now it's like, my friend did this many steps. Oh, I need to. People get competitive and stuff in that way, which is good. It's fine. You're keeping healthy, but it doesn't have to be that hard. You just back then our lifestyle was thing would be more labor intensive lifestyle. We would wake up just an hour before sunrise and sleep soon after sunset. Food was rewarding and not comforting. Now food is available with a click of a button. It's not readily available. Food is all it's like processed, ultra processed. These kind of things make a very big difference. So, and they know how to like take care of themselves and us.
Oh wow, how's that? Explain a little bit
So
about
every
that.
time if you have a cow, and if it's within your property and you're raising a cow would actually, if a cow comes and licks you, he'll actually know, he or she will actually know how to, she'll know actually your deficiencies. Okay. And what's going to happen is they will eat accordingly their the plants and the grass, everything. And when you have their milk, it's going to make you healthy. It's going to balance your deficiencies. Yeah, that's it.
That's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we call the cows to be our mothers,
And sacred animals.
sacred animals.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So by all this, understand this. I understand it this way that maybe through tracking and being constantly dependent on gadgets, we've lost awareness on our own bodies and lost that connection with ourselves. Is that right?
It is because you're always depending on a gadget, and a gadget which has Bluetooth, it has radiations, and it's EMFs, electromagnetic fields. So it's kind of funny where you wear something to track your sleep, and then that is actually going to disturb your sleep as well, disrupt your sleep. So it didn't really make sense to me. So if you see, if you have to wear a watch, it would be a proper mechanical watch. I don't have to wear something which is going to track me or connect it to my phone, the Bluetooth and things like that. No. So I don't wear a smartwatch. I don't. So, and I don't wear those smart rings or anything. I would wear a gold ring, any metal which is rare. And metals,
Good for your body. Yeah.
good for the body. Metals are really good for your body, and this particular metal which is to avoid, and some which you actually have to wear, like gold.
Yeah.
Could be
Yeah.
gold, silver, copper. Now, all these are good for the body, but this particularly gold would be good for a human body from waist above, silver from waist below. Yeah, it's really healthy. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll come back to all of this in a bit. I wanted to ask you a couple of things about your Mudgar journey. How did that start? If I'm not wrong, you were into lifting and gymming and things like that.
Yeah.
And you sort of slowly transitioned into Mudgar. I see you still lift. It's a really interesting combination that
Yeah.
with the Mudgar.
Yeah.
So if you could just share with us how that journey went and how did you make that transition? Why did you make that transition? How does it help you now?
So lifting weights is good for you. That's the best way to gain muscle. There's no doubt. And but it's going to make you stiff. Okay, it's going to make you stiff because you're doing movements, which is like 2D in motion. So you're programming your, let's say, your rotator cuffs, your hips, and your back and everything. Instead of going into a 3 dimension where you can move all around, you're programming it weekly, monthly, and into a year, you're programming to make it into a robot, 2D, just push and pull. Okay, but that is the best way to get your muscle. You will be strong, but you're not strongest if your range of motion is limited.
Right.
Okay, so then you're not going to have mobility. So it got me thinking when I used to go lift. I was strong, but I was not functionally strong. When I used to come to India and see my workers, like the farmers, they climb trees and stuff, I couldn't do that because they said, "Oh, you look really strong. Can you do this?" And I was like, I felt very ashamed because I couldn't do it. I was not flexible. I was not functionally strong. And then I said, "Then am I really being healthy?" You know. Then that's when slowly I start in these movies, Indian movies. This thing came where you could see the Akada, Ben Dangal. Then actually the one which I saw was, I'll tell you which movie, Dabang.
Dabang.
Yes, in that Sonu Sood. Just for the movie, he was the villain though. He was using it, and I realized after the movie that when I got into this, then I realized that they only use it for the movie. Okay, so but I got more into it, and I gave it a try because when doing lifting weights or doing CrossFit and things like that, I was getting like catches, muscle tears, shoulder problems, ligament issues, and I realized, am I really getting strong then? Am I going to work out to be fit or to get hurt? So then I started doing more natural movement when I saw the Mudgar, and which is called the clubs when it's metal, and then you have your steel mace or your gada, okay, and these movements are very natural. You keep rotating your rotator cuffs, your wrist, and your hips. You keep using your legs because you have to really root yourself to the ground. And if you don't, you will go along with the weight. Yeah. So you're actually rotating your rotator cuffs. It's called rotator cuffs for a reason. You have to rotate it.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah.
And You actually move around with your neck. You get good. You'll actually. What I realized is it made my bone density better. It made my stiffness go away. I was more flexible. I had better grip strength. I could do a lot of things now, which my workers tell me I can do it now even better than them, because they do only that. I do the swings with more than them now. And I was an NRI. For those who don't know, it's a non-resident Indian. You know, what I did was, uh, when they used to do work, and if they took leave, I used to do their work and make them feel like you're really not needed, but we're doing you a favor, you know. So if you want to come, you come. Otherwise, someone else can do your job, you know. So they thought that not everyone can do their job. So yes, so that made me feel even more and more motivated to get more and more fit. And what I realized was, I was like in my 80s in weight, in my 85, 82 kgs, and within like 6 to 7 months, I came down to like 72, and then another like a year, and a whole like let's say 18 months, I came down to like 60 kgs. Just by no diet, just working out, working out daily, and it's very Vedic, the movements, and it's natural. It moves the way your body is supposed to move, and I really didn't do any kind of diet. It made me align my mind and my gut. I could actually feel what I was eating. I could feel what is wrong for my body. It really made me healthy. So that's one of the reasons why I keep promoting it. And it's really good for your heart as well. Your heart rate didn't really shoot up like how I used to lift weights or even run. It kept my heart rate very low. Let's say those who use a fitness tracker will understand. You have your resting heart rate zone, which is 1, then there's 2, and then there's 3, and then there's 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 is really more intense. 6 is red, 5 is red, 4 is also pretty high. 3 and 2 would be in your resting. So 2 would be, sorry, 1 is resting. 2 and 3 would be just above your resting heart rate. And keeping in that zone in 2, we call it zone 2 training, because of, what do you say, because of the fitness tracker. That's why they call it zone 2 training. It makes it easier for people to understand. When you're just above resting heart rate, you keep working out for a longer time. And what happens is you really start shrinking, the heart gets very healthy, and your fat just gets converted into muscle. You start toning up so much. And that's what really struck me. So whenever I tell my clients, when you start doing this, what happens is, don't look at the weighing scale, because you might not lose weight, but you're going to lose inches. You'll feel it on your clothes, on your waistline. You're just going to start shrinking. So that's one of the few things which is like, right now, I've seen today's world, you really have to sell, right? So I keep selling it like, you will lose inches. You know? And I have some. It's also the truth. It is because everyone's looking at aesthetic nowadays. They're not about how they feel inside. It's about how do I look outside now. Yeah. Because I'm going to the gym. People should recognize me. People should know. People should ask. So I keep telling them, 21 days, nothing's going to happen. Okay. Your mind, you'll feel good. And there's no, if a trainer tells you, if you go to a trainer and the first thing I've seen people say is, how to reduce this? Yeah. It's not possible. You can't just reduce this. It's overall. Yeah, it's all linked. About it. How to reduce this. And then I keep telling clients, don't fall for the one who says you will lose your belly. No, there's no belly. It's like the whole thing together. It's all connected. And that's a big lie. Yeah. So I tell them, 21 days, you will feel good. You will feel more energetic. You might feel more full in your clothes. 2 months, then people will start recognizing you. By the third one, they'll ask, hey, what have you been doing? You know? So I tell them that. So it's a slow process. It's natural, it's organic, and it'll stay, you know? So that's the way how I deal with that, this thing, yeah.
So you also said that it has helped you with your mind and gut. I know mind and gut are connected.
Yeah.
But I want to know, how exactly did it help you with your mind, in the sense that I know that, because I also have the opportunity to learn with you. So how, I know these movements are repetitive. And sometimes we do 108, we do 216, and we keep going up and higher and higher and higher. And in that scenario, I see that it becomes very difficult for the mind to actually stay with the practice, because it's monotonous and repetitive.
Yeah, and in today's world, they can't do that, no?
Exactly.
They need change.
So how do you think one can maybe improve self practice with Mudgar? And what would you say that someone's a mind like that who gets easily bored would actually take up Mudgar as a also a self practice discipline for the mind?
Um, I'm going to show in a different direction. So when we do this, when we do the mace and the mudgar, it's a lot of mind and body coordination as well. Okay, because you really have to balance, you have to swing, make sure it doesn't hit you, things like that. That's in the start.
Right.
So that all helps you with your mind and body coordination. And of course, she knows or he knows. I'm not sure. But you know, one thing, just to cut off the topic, animals know they'll keep coming to a person who's calm. I've realized that. And if you're too excited, they might not come to you. Even they get excited, they get scared with that excitement.
They catch
So,
an energy.
yeah, they carry an energy. And if you can have animals coming to you, it's a very good sign. You have good calmness. Yeah. That's it. So, anyways, coming back to the mind and body coordination. So, when we do this, we always have to keep engaging the.
They agree, I guess.
They agree. Yeah. So they have to, when you do the swings, you really have to engage the core. It's not about having abs. It's not about engaging or making abs. It's about engaging core, getting your core strong. So that's why it's called core. Because if your core is strong, which is very well by your gut region, yeah. And what's going to happen is it's going to really improve your bowel movement as well. Engaging core. It's not about doing ab crunches. It's about getting your core strong and engaging your core. It's able to control your core, flexing it whenever you can, engaging it. And most of us lost that just because we sit down a lot. Yeah. They say, right, sitting is the new smoking now. Yeah, because when sitting down, I realize you don't need to use your core. You're really well relaxed. You do have your start getting a hunch because you're so relaxed. You don't need to use the core anymore. Yeah. So your posture just goes down, everything. And the Mudgars helped me engage my core, how to engage my core, when to engage my core, and that has automatically improved my bowel movement. So my food is just digest really fast. So I have people, clients who are coming to me, morning classes. Straight after class, or after a couple of things, listen, I really need to use the washroom. I said, yes, it's working because you really have to use that. So that's how we get a better gut because you need to go to the washroom. Because I have some clients, I ask them, when was the last time you go? So we go like once in 2 days, 3 days. I said, that's so wrong. How do you sleep? Do you think well? So I keep telling people, don't go for your gut feeling if your gut is not healthy. You'll have very shady thoughts. Yeah. Because if perfect example is now let's say you got an upset stomach. You keep running to the washroom. But that whole day, you're going to make your plans around that.
Yes.
Because you have to say, oh, I'll have to go to the washroom. I can't do that. I can't do so. It's going to make your whole decision making or your problem solving or the way you think is going to change only because your gut is not well. Same thing if you're constipated. So most of the people I know are having constipation issues. You don't go on time, everything. And that is actually very wrong. And in Ayurveda, you know for yourself, everything starts from your gut.
Yes.
So you have to keep your gut healthy.
Yes.
So coming to that, like I said, that motion, the bowel movement really improved my motion. And I really know it's so good because I know when I have to go. And it's like, what do you say? As soon as I eat, within like 3 hours or 4 hours, it's digested. It's good. So that is what made my gut the same, my core strong. Uh, and did I answer that question now? Did I answer the question?
Yeah, I mean, you gave us so much more, but yeah,
Yeah.
the question was how would you help someone who is really mentally, say, not very motivated to practice something like Mudgar because it's a repetitive movement.
Yeah.
It gets very monotonous for the mind. So for them, they would be like, oh, but we're doing just the same thing and again, same thing again and again. How
Yeah.
is it going to help
So
me?
that's where a trainer comes in.
Yeah.
You have to find a way to motivate the client. I keep telling the client, just show up. 90% of the workout is done if you show up. And you know for a fact, I work out with every client of mine. So if I can do like 8 to 9 classes in a day, you can do just one class, you know. So imagine how monotonous it is for me. Yeah. But it really improved my health. I can think better. I can do so many things better. I can feel better. I feel very light on my knees, very energetic. And that's so, like I said, join my classes the only way I can say because you really have to find a good trainer who can motivate you. You know, you should not find fitness as should not find fitness as a what do you call, a job, or this thing. Oh, I have to excuse, or I have to get fit. Should actually keep telling clients is, if you don't give yourself that 20 minutes or 30 minutes in a day, you'll have to spend more time in the hospital. Yeah. Sooner or later, you'll have to wait long in the hospital, you know. So that 20 minutes doing for yourself, you'll have to wait for 1 hour and the thing for your turn with the doctor. Yeah. So that's pretty this thing.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So find yourself a good trainer.
Find yourself a good trainer.
Trainer,
Yes.
you find yourself where you have to get motivated and show up. Showing up is the biggest thing. My job is only the 10%. The 90% is you just showing up. Yeah. Just showing up.
Yes. So I know, and everyone watching us also probably knows that you teach Mudgar, but you are also into Ayurveda. Can you talk a little bit about that and just tell us what you do, and what got you into Ayurveda in the first place?
So honestly speaking, very interesting topic, because I realized, like, having supplements and things like that. I've seen today's world is all about supplementing your body with pills and
Right.
powders, right? But as humans, we were not made to have pills and powders. You know, you're not supposed to supplement. We are supposed to supplement our body with food, and something which I learned when coming back to Kerala. I lived with my granny. She's 94 now, and I would call her, she is my nutritionist. And what I realized with her is that every time I said something, oh, I have a headache. Oh, have this, have water, or have this. She never told me to have an aspirin, or never told me to have a painkiller, or never told me to have anything else. Just said, oh, have this fruit, or have that fruit. It'll help you if you have okay, have a banana. Or you're not, you feel you have a lot of crackling. Oh, have some ghee. So that's when I realized supplementing your body with food is the actual way. Okay. And Ayurveda is purely about that. And our ancestral lifestyle, or let's say our grandparents, they lived that lifestyle, which is all about Ayurveda, because they didn't have proper doctors then. Everyone was about thing. And that's what made me grow more into Ayurveda.
Wow.
And then I did my whole studies and everything with Ayurveda. And trust me, it's worth it. And it makes so much sense. Once studying into it, it made a lot of sense. And I realized supplementing your body with food is the right way, which is Ayurveda. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds really
Yeah.
interesting. So, Nitin, what does Ayurveda say about your mind and your gut? And what does it really explain about the gut and how your gut health impacts your mindset and your overall health?
So, like I said before, I was getting more closer to Ayurveda and everything. And when I actually studied Ayurveda, that's when I realized I was already living an Ayurveda lifestyle, because they said the more closer you are to nature, the more your mind and body will be aligned. Okay. So, what they say is in Ayurveda is everything starts from your gut. So, if you have any illness, it's because your gut is not healthy. So, eating the right food for your body type. So, not all healthy food is good for every single body type. Okay. So, let's say, for example, uh, millets. It's like the new power food. Everyone's into millets, millet dosha, millet this one, millet that one. And if you're a pitta person, there's a lot of heat with millets. So, millets is not good for a pitta person all the time. Very a small portion control or a small amount is good. But if you're going to have millets every single day for a pitta person, you're going to have serious gut issues, and it's going to show on your skin and this thing. And people like, but I eat millets, and so what I'm trying to say is that Ayurveda actually taught me about body types, about the right food to be eaten at the right time, what kind of food should be eaten at the right season. Uh, so when it comes to, for example, your seasonal fruits should be eaten during that season. So don't eat an apple which is coming from a different state and eat it in Kerala, because it's not made for you at that time. But if you want, you can go have it in that state at that time. That is what I'm trying to say. So every food is good, which is supposed to be eaten at the right time, at the right season, and for the right body type. Very important. Yeah.
So, in today's time where we have so many varieties of food, we have so many supplements also. You just said that supplementation
Yeah.
is not something that we should depend on entirely.
Yeah.
how do we choose what to eat, what not to eat, when to supplement ourselves, and also how do we get that idea that, oh, this food is not good for my body, or this is better for my digestion? How do we actually get to that?
So, the more you fix your lifestyle, where eating at the right time, sleeping and waking up at the right time, that itself, and being connected to more to nature, that itself will actually fix a lot in your mind and your gut. Okay. Now, when it comes to food and supplementation, the right way would be, I wouldn't say supplement is completely bad. I would say, now if you're a athlete, you're running and winning, trying to go for a cup. You're a bodybuilder, you're going for the trophy. So you're going to actually, let's say, perfect example. Okay, let's keep it as a Olympic athlete. You're playing for your country. You're going to this thing, going to perform. You're going to actually put in the extra hours every day, not like a person sits at 9 to 5 in front of a desk job. This kind of person actually needs supplement their body, because the food can't give you all the supplement. Okay. Another person who would need supplementation would be, after you do a blood test, you have a deficiency which is like lesser than borderline or higher, very much higher than borderline. Then you need to supplement your body, get your levels back to normal, and then change your lifestyle or eat the right food and then maintain it. Because in Ayurveda, we say don't be dependent on any medicine. It's only for just to find the root cause, fix it up, and then change your lifestyle. Because the moment you get dependent on a supplement or a medicine, what happens is your body gets used to it, and then you need a higher dose, a higher dose, and higher dose. And what happens? That's what's going to screw up your liver, your kidney, your organs. So eating the right food would be ideal, and that'll actually fix up. That's what we were meant to do, not to have pills and powders. We were meant to eat food, supplement your body with the right food. It's very simple. Once you get into it, you'll understand why we have this, why we have that, why we have seasons, why this particular food is not to be eaten at this time. And it's just so much in detail. I don't know how much we can cover, but it's really great. Yeah.
Like, for example, if we take an example of Sankranti, this is the time when we're shifting from early winter to late winter. And that's also, I mean, we eat good chickpeas and we eat a lot of sesame seeds for that reason. It's a part of our culture and our lifestyles. Exactly. If you can add a little bit more about that.
So change in this thing. So naturally, you'll see some fruits will start growing. Some fruits will start, they'll be over. You have to wait until the next season for it. That's the time even when your body is going through a change, a seasonal change as well. So because of the time and the, when I say time, I mean the moon and the sun cycle, everything is changing. So what's happening is even your body is going through a small hormonal change, seasonal shift, everything is happening. So you have to eat the food which grows during that time. So for me, I will tell you, since I've been living in Kerala, I can tell you for Kerala point of view.
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
Because I get confused with this thing.
Yeah,
So now let's say in Kerala, we're doing a seasonal change. So so you know how people like their spas, their massages and everything. So it's like this. During the whole year, you have your spring, summer, autumn, winter, right? So the monsoon time is in Kerala is mostly during late May till like September, latest till September. And what happens is, this is when there's monsoon. Nothing really grows during this time. Okay. And that's the time even a farmer doesn't, has to take a break. So that's like 8 months of work, 8 months on the field, and 3 to 4 months rest. So that's the time when the soil takes rest. At the same time, your body also has to take rest. So during those 8 months, you might have had some kind of injury or some kind of ailment issues or gut issues or whatever. And what's going to happen is you have to go for your spa treatment, which is your Ayurveda. And then that's when you go through the whole, your massages, your treatments, your kashayams. And that is what's really going to. So when the soil takes rest, we also have to take rest. Yeah. So it's a very seasonal thing.
That's beautifully put up. Yeah, I think the system of Ayurveda is so intelligently designed to support our bodies. A lot of people think that it's a very slow way to health and oh, who's going to do Ayurveda? It's going to take us years to get better. But then what they miss out is that Ayurveda really does beat the root cause.
Root cause, and it doesn't come back.
It doesn't come back.
Yeah,
Yes.
it'll change
It's
you.
all about lifestyle, like you said.
lifestyle change. And one thing I want to add with that is that basically it's your moon cycle and everything. So you have your highest digestive fire during the day when the sun is out. So let's say from 10 a.m. to like 2 to 3 p.m. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. would be your maximum digestive fire. So you could eat your most heaviest food. You'll digest really fast. But when the sun sets and the moon is out, that's when you have to eat your minimal, or better not even eat, because that's when you're supposed to sleep. But right back in the days, there was no electricity. So you would sleep. But now you have the switch on. Exactly. Everything is on, and you're actually fooling uh, your circadian rhythm because of too much light in the house or too much thing. So that's going to make you not sleepy. And then, of course, you have your kapha, pitta, vata, your doshas, and aggravated at all of these times. Yeah, for times, no reason also. No reason. So a small thing about that would be like how people have their body types. There's also vata, pitta, kapha during the day cycle. Yes. And then your whole life cycle as well. So it's very interesting. So Ayurveda taught me so much. So when you ask me what is Ayurveda, it's just I would say just keep your gut healthy because there's so much more. It could be magical, but it has so much meaning. If you ask me what's Pitta, how do you show it? You can't show it. There's no this thing. It's just ideas. Right. Yeah. That's it. I have one last thing about Ayurveda. Realistically speaking, Ayurveda in the sense about the supplementation that we spoke of. Realistically speaking, in the cities, the way we live, we're mostly disconnected with nature. Maybe we go to a park for a walk or for a run. But then most of our days, most of the time in the day is going in earning money and doing other things where we hardly get any sun. Yeah. We don't get the time to sit in the sun. And we were just fooled to say, we were fooled saying that uh, sun is bad for you. Exactly. Yeah. For a very long time. Yeah. Even now. I mean, even now people wear sunscreen, this is good, this is bad. Yeah. But then we know that our vitamin D's, you really need the sun for that. Yeah. And we are missing out on that. Yeah. And now people start taking vitamin D shots now. Exactly. So I think, would it be good to say that people living this kind of a life would also need to depend on supplementation to a certain extent while leading a good lifestyle and while eating good food? Because that's all you can do in a lifestyle like this. Yeah. So what do you it's a good question. I would just say get a blood test, see your levels. According to that, supplement yourself and then find the root cause for this reason. And then change your lifestyle according to it. Because again, don't be dependent on a supplement. That's not good for your body. Yeah, we were never made to have pills and powders. So do a blood test, supplement your body, get it to the right levels, and you know why it's low. So change your lifestyle would be the ideal way. Otherwise, you will not really enjoy your retirement age and everything because it's really going to show. You will be weak. Yeah, you'll make all that money, but you can't enjoy that money. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the makes sense. So, just a last question. You're into training people for Mudgar, Samtola, Gada, also Ayurveda, and I'm sure you have a spiritual inclination as well. If you don't, it's fine. But if you do, if you could share a few things about that and tell us maybe 4 to 5 things that yeah. Keep you going on this path that motivate you, something that you can tell to our viewers in terms of. So for me, I'll say I don't know about the spirituality part, but I'll say something. Changing my lifestyle right now made me happy. It's very simple. That simplicity part, it keeps me going now. And maybe it's a phase, I don't know, but it's been a very long phase now, and it's not changed. So it only keeps getting better. And I keep meeting the same kind of people now because I stay away from drama. I stay away from materialistic stuff, and I'm more connected with nature and animals. Like I can see that, and I also draw attention to that kind of people now. So I sleep early, so I don't meet the people who stay awake after 8. Yeah, and I don't socialize much. So I only meet like my clients, which are online. That too, not even in person. A very few I meet when I go, whoever I really vibe with that same kind of relation. But that's about it. So keeping life simple and happy would be my thing of. I don't know if it's spirituality or right now, but yeah, that's what keeps me going. That's great. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. And it was so lovely to have you. Thank you. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you.